their fucking face. And another guy comes to me with a pool cue. Uh-oh, not enough weapons now? Okay, say, listen, are you gonna do something with that? And I slit his throat. Over and out. He was gurgling, and then I licked his face, and I started laughing. Ha ha! And the bartender, it was unbelievable. Fuck you, bartender! I walked outside, and get on a motorcycle, and I get back to my house. Finally, when I was home, I took a long...
Sharpen a stick, hide up in...
Blur! I never get tired of seeing that. Well done, fellers. Put a note in the log. Encounter terrorist threat. Commence to liquidize same enemy. Freed mankind. And I'm recommending both of you sons of bitches for some more medals and shit.
Oh, thank you, Commander. Hey, listen, can we shower together later?
Indubitably. But only after we play space volleyball and work ourselves up a man-sized sweat.
Oh, man, y'all know I ain't good at no volleyball.
Hush. Don't ruin it. It's too tender.
Oh, I got something on the insurgent scan again.
Hey, readings indicate minerals and gold.
Well, boys, lock and load. Let's have ourselves a look-see. What do you say? Remember, if we meet any strangers, kill them! I bet these punks have no capacity whatsoever for peaceful coexistence, drive-through liquor stores, gun shops, or the democratic freedom to have their votes discarded in swamps!
Shit, they better learn how to pray in school.
Oh, give it a rest! They're fucking savages, Dick! Hey, here's one now.
The gods were right! You've come! Welcome to our peaceful land of plenty!
What is he saying?
This son of a bitch doesn't even speak American!
Yes, I do. I said welcome. Ow! You prick! You shot me in the tentacle! No problem. It will grow back. Listen, I forgive you, brother. Carrying around the burden of hate is worse for me than those I despise.
What on God's green earth is he saying?
I don't know, sound like some Tai Chi Chuan Fandango transvestite bullshit!
I don't know, I was thinking the exact same thing. See, I recognize some of the words, but the sentiments seem simplistic and, well, foreign, if you will.
I don't understand what anybody's saying. I just want to shoot.
Enemies out there, boys! The enemy's out there!
No! The enemy's inside.
Listen, guys, welcome! We've arranged a welcome party with a tequila slide. Good times! We'll get started with massages from attractive she-aliens. Then, after hand release,
You better stop trying to buy my men off with your women!
Ditto!
Yeah, I hate women.
Oh, sorry. We mean no offense. Listen, we really need your help. We are a loving, peaceful race. Last menstrual moon cycle, an evil race of aliens invaded and began imposing their will on us. They enslave many of my people, steal our natural resources with no-bid contracts while destroying our culture. Can you help? Oh no, here comes one of them now.
What are you saying, sharing scum?
I was explaining to these manly space rangers how you've enslaved my people.
Of course we have. You've got resources we need, and besides which, we are evil and greedy.
I like this little guy. He's speaking a lot of sense, know what I mean?
Hey, you wanna go bass fishing?
Man, what's he saying?
My God, you are a fucking moron. Listen, you two, please. These evil aliens are destroying our people and culture.
You're weak. You deserve to suffer.
He's got leadership skills on him, too. This little fella's incredible.
Hey, Commander, awaiting your orders.
Hell, our mission is clear as mud, boys, and I do not believe in any manner of deviation. Except, of course, for that one night in college when we had one too many wine spritzers. Are you calling me a deviant, boy?
No! No, 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 no!
Therefore, we must travel through space, meet strangers, and kill them good!
For democracy and liberty!
Hurrah!
But I can give you wisdom!
And I can make you rich!
All right, I've heard enough of this shit! You know the drill, fellas!
No, no, no!
No!
Cook 'em! That'll teach that son of a bitch what shocking all means. You did a great job, boys. I'm proud of you. Oh, damn it, Dick! I told you no bopping the baloney in outer space!
Sorry, Commander, but this soldier is unable to stop thinking about your warm, hairy embrace!
Republican Space Rangers!
Republican Rangers of Space. Oh, shit. Wait.
God damn it!
When primitives light years away threaten their way of life, the Republican Space Rangers will be there to make sure democracy wins again. Republican Space Rangers.
Meet John Hunter. As a state senator, he voted to close down all schools in Liberty City and give the money saved directly to drug addicts. John Hunter wants to be your governor, but he hates our troops so much, he wants them to cut and run and come home cowards. John Hunter has lost an erection more than once and disappointed his wife much in the same way he'll disappoint you. And he definitely has hair plugs and lifts. Call John Hunter. Tell him that comb-over's not fooling anyone, you short-assed bald bastard. It's just like your policies. Thin on top and short of ideas. Paid for by Michael Graves for governor.
He says, she says, he says, shut up. The women of Dazzletown show their true nature in Vinewood Cunts. Only on Weasel.
You're late to see your therapist. You're in a hurry. You've had a couple of martinis at lunch. Then someone or something gets in the way. What do? Leave the scene? Head for the border? Not with VIG Insurance. Now you don't have to worry. Call one of our claim representatives immediately, and we'll deal with the law. Silence any victims before uncomfortable litigation can happen. We insure against drunk driving, accidental gun discharge, and narcotics violations. Big Insurance, because freedom equals peace of mind.
Weasel Wednesdays heat up next season with Vacation Home Sluts. Don't miss it on Weasel. All next week, it's patriotism at its finest as Weasel revisits history with the non-stop terror marathon. Back-to-back docudramas blaming liberals for everything. Only on Weasel.
Last week, we brought you the greatest victory in the history of televised card gambling mayhem. 5 men looking with disgust at each other as their women look on in envy from the sideline.
It's like a 6th grade circle jerk, Malcolm.
Hey, that's right. And with that, welcome back to the Venturas Poker Challenge in association with Cerveza Borracho. Because when you've got a full house, it's playtime! And E. Cola, because gambling is deliciously infectious. I'm Malcolm Fitzherbert.
And I'm Troy Berger.
Troy, this is the biggest payday in sports, next to convincing a city to give you a stadium and land tax-free.
Or when your city gets the Olympics.
Oh, that's right. I mean, seriously, what can you say about what we've seen so far?
Well, Malcolm, it's been a real... Well, I'm just at a loss for words.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, it is just a tough time describing this. And, you know, I am paid to avoid uncomfortable silences.
It's been truly remarkable. This is entertainment at its finest. This is sport at its best. This is human drama at its most humane and dramatic. Cocksure Chris Cummings is going home a millionaire. And you know how he did it? By day after day, risking his future, betting on a whim, putting everything he owned on the line for a lie. If that's not a metaphor for life, I don't know what is. Chris moved here from San Fierro, says he likes moving to a desert where the faceless suburbs stretch on for 100 miles. You can get a McMansion cheap, and there won't be any water left in 5 years.
Well, you said it, Malcolm. Okay, just minutes ago, cocksure Chris Cummings pulled a bluff on Ace's High Fruit Loop and sent the whole place insane!
Lunacy! 5 people died! Bet it all, don't play it safe, and go home a winner.
Wow, the Poker Dome rules! Guys covered with logos wearing sunglasses indoors. I mean, these athletes are incredible. They're here for one thing, to win a shiny bracelet that says they're #1. Call it honky bling, but every man wants it. You know, every time I see Steve Buffet Car Jabowitz play, I am amazed at the agility of the man. I am terrified of the wisdom, and I am fascinated by the bubbling undercurrent of sexuality.
What? Can you take your hand off my leg?
What I guess I'm saying is, when that man rides the river, that river knows it's been ridden.
The Ventura's Poker Challenge! Hey, wait, he's thinking. What's Jabowitz going to do? What's in store for the buffet car?
I am not sure. You think he's got pocket rockets? Because, you know, pocket rockets take out a pair of whores.
Oh, they sure do, Troy. Man, I'm so excited I could pee! Now, keep quiet.
Oh, sorry.
Wait. Cummings is looking at his cards. This is a huge moment.
Unbelievably big. That man is all about the flop.
Oh, fantastic.
Ooh.
I cannot believe that.
Wow.
He's folded. Take a look at that, ladies and gentlemen. You just saw history here tonight. Absolutely incredible.
The crowds are going ballistic here in the desert.
Hey, that's what it's all about. That and smoking and drinking yourself into an early grave. Hey, let's take a quick break. This break is brought to you by Sprunk, because commercials are the essence of life, and Cherenkov, because commercials warm you to the core.
Uh-oh, here comes Michael Graves with more of his negative attack ads. But let's stick to the facts and move past these pathetic politics of division and swift boating. Fact, Michael Graves spent taxpayer money on a vacation home in the Philippines where young boys speak in lisps and don't wear pants. Michael Graves says he supports family values, but his wife is a harlot and has aborted 5 children. Maybe Michael Graves has forgotten the tragic events a few years ago, but we haven't. He wants to end the war on terror and make America and your children vulnerable to terrorists, much like those little boys are vulnerable to him. You have a choice come Election Day. Choose freedom for your state. Vote John Hunter for governor. The future depends on you making the right decision.
A special night, a special man. Coming in 3 weeks, it's the Crow Reunion in Iran.
Whoa, this is more exciting than chatting with a teen girl online.
I'm completely engorged.
Welcome back to the Ventura's Poker Challenge. While you were away, you missed something ridiculous.
The poker gods were smiling on dangerous Derek Thornton just now. He took the sport in a whole new direction.
Yeah, that's right. Earlier, we spoke with Derek, and he said his typical day, he wakes up around 3 p.m., plays poker online for a few hours, goes to the bar with friends, comes home ass-faced, and does the whole thing again the next day. He's never read a book. Seeing that, people from around the country have flocked here to come and train for this sport. You know, Troy, what we're doing here is illegal in most states of the Union. But what happens in Las Venturas stays in Las Venturas, except when you're donating blood or semen to fuel a poker addiction. But before we forget, this section of the show is presented in association with Release Gum, because you chew, you suck, then pow, life has shot a load in your mouth. And Pill Farm, because when the cards go against you, it's time to swallow, and it's good for you.
You know, I don't know about you, Malcolm, but I am just amazed at the endurance of these serious athletes. We've been playing for hours now and no sign of fatigue.
Oh, that's absolutely right, Troy. 21-year-old Butch Roberts, former manager of Rusty Brown's Ring Donuts, may now win a bracelet here tonight and be able to buy himself a whole chain of donut shops to be run by foreigners because we're too lazy.
Exactly. It's the fitness level of our biggest stars that make poker the incredible sport it has become. Example, Jennifer Trashcan Zielinski. She's been sitting there for hours now and no sign of tiredness. A cosmetics clerk from Nebraska. She's barren and instead has adopted 8 children from Venezuela, all of whom are here tonight, except for her adopted son Jimmy, who is gay.
Well, she's one tough lady. I bet her pants smell like daisies.
And how?
Wait, she's gonna put it all in, just like she's seen a pair of cowboys to ride. I tell you, that last round, she won it with a handful of doggy balls.
Oh, she sure did. Those 8s will kill you. Terry Kim, the Destroyer. He has not budged. Fit as a fiddle. The guy smokes 3 packs of Redwoods, drinks a cocktail every 5 minutes, but still, he keeps on coming. Relentless.
I mean, that kind of luck is what a serious training program can do to you.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll tell you one thing. They're not men. They are not women. No. They are gods.
His wife and mistress both looking on from the sidelines. Wait. Oh, my God!
Oh, mercy! Remember the date. Remember the time. Remember where you were sitting when you saw this.
And for those new to our sport, where have you been?
It is all on this next 3 cards. Or the one after.
Or the one after that.
Yes, it's ridiculous. We've had it all here tonight. Quite amazing.
Well, it's a 3! It's a 3! It's a 3!
Amazing! That doesn't help anyone.
Oh, next card is coming up. Oh, this tension is killing me.
Me too.
Man, watching other people play cards is so exciting.
Yes.
Terry Kim has such a poker face. The pros at this sport measure themselves as to how many chips they have right now. It's like a whorehouse. You can be dealt something that you carry with you all your life.
After seeing this, I don't need to live anyway because I have seen it all tonight. You know, I have a small pair, but I talk a good game. Ooh, here comes the turn.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
It's the 9 of clubs. You know, he could have gotten an ace or a queen.
Oh, yeah, he sure could have. Or even a 7 or a 2.
Oh, true. But the devil wears 9s tonight. It's 9 steps to heaven for Phil Deadman Davidson, if he gets the next card.
That's right. It's all in the river. Oh, this is what we live for. Wow, luck has really shined on Cocksure Chris Cummings. The rest of these guys should really think about killing themselves because when you lose at poker on TV, life is the pits. Here it comes. Here it comes. Oh, my God.
That's all we have time for here in Venturas. This has been a Jeremiah TV production in association with Shark Credit Cards, because this show has been extortionate value. And love me, because we've made you whole again. For all of us at the Venturas Poker Challenge, bet it all, don't play it safe, and go home a winner.
How will you know if terror is about to win?
A terror alert this afternoon in Liberty City.
An awesome, terrible tragedy tonight in the South Slope section of Brooklyn.
Weasel News, the news Liberty City trusts.
Are you a sex offender? Find out tonight.
Ethnics are at it again. Weasel News is on the scene, hovering at a safe level in our chopper.
The best in political news and analysis.
Today, President Lawton suspended habeas corpus and saved freedom.
That's excellent.
And Weasel Chopper 4. If someone's in trouble or on fire, the Weasel News Chopper is there on top of the action.
Sir, you there on fire. Could you face the camera, please?
Hard-hitting stories, attractive news anchors with great hair, self-consciously multicultural with racist undertones. It's the Weasel News Team. Anchors Cindy Shiney, Charles Justice, meteorologist Artie Schneider, street reporter Sheila Hatano, and Kenny Lapalano with the sports. We call it News. Your team for the war on terror, the weather, and sports. Weasel News.
Recorded live from the capital of the world, Liberty City, the famous Split Sides Comedy Club invites you to light up and bring the love to the comedy club where the drinks ain't cheap. Welcome to the stage, Mr. Cat Williams.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate it. Liberty City. Woo! This is great. It's great. I've never been here before. It's my first time. As a visitor to Liberty City, this is amazing. The speed and the pace in which this city works. Went on a mini adventure today. I got up, got dressed, got my swagger right, had my bravado, and I decided I'm going to cross a Liberty City street slowly. Not gonna happen. Everything moves so fast here. Why are people moving so... a homeless man ran past me. Where could he possibly be fucking going? He could lay down and be home immediately. Just lay down and be home, but he was speeding past me. furious pace. Everything's so fast here in Liberty City. It's crazy. It's crazy. Your gas prices are too high. $69 a gallon. Bit ridiculous. My car cost about $72. Let's try to get it back in focus. People don't speak here in Liberty City. I don't know. It's like they're scared to be shot or something. I spoke all day. Hey, how are you? Nothing. Good looking at you, ma'am. Nothing. Hello, officer? Nothing. It's a crazy city. I'm enjoying it, though. It's very exciting. A lot of options here. A lot of options in Liberty City. You can get whatever you want. You like pussy? Of course you do. It's here in Liberty City. Some of the best I've ever had. I'll tell you that. You know, pussy's good when you're inside of it and you're thinking about other things other than sex. Like things like, wow. Wow. I love gingerbread cookies. When you're thinking that in the pussy, that's when you know it's good shit. The best weed in the world, maybe right here in Liberty City. I was so high earlier today, I had a complete discussion with myself. In the mirror. Threatening. I couldn't believe I'd snuck up on me like that, and I was furious about it. You ever had weed so good that you get stuck? You know, stuck. Stuck like when you need to leave, you want to leave, you gotta leave, but you can't fucking go. Stuck. That's what you find here in Liberty City. You've got everything. The greatest basketball team. Who's fucking with the Liberty City Warriors? It's crazy. I remember there used to be a guy played as good as the guy you guys got, but he didn't want to pass the ball. He'd never pass the ball. And so the rest of the team was just up and down. They were physically fit, but never scored any points. Just selfish bastard. They're just chasing him down the court. I'm open. Nothing. Liberty City's got a team made out of warriors. You need that. You need a strong team. You got to be strong anyway. This is a weak world. You come to Liberty City, you can get strong in this weak world. I know it's weak. I started out weak. I wasn't always tall like this, folks. You used to be short. A lot going on when you're short. People lie to you. My parents looked me directly in the eyes and told me, without a shadow of a doubt, eat all your vegetables, drink your milk, you'll grow up big and tall. Lying son of a bitches. You know how many vegetables I ate? Any idea? How much milk I consumed? I should be the size of a cow. Why am I not the size of a cow? I drank the same thing the fucking cow drank. Still short. You know I was short because I wore one pair of jeans probably 5 years through school. 5. You could tell how old I was because of the ring where I would cuff it and then let the cut out a quarter of an inch. I grew a quarter of an inch and I'd let it out and there'd be that other line. And then, yeah, I'm not depressed. I'm just saying. If you got short kids at home, go home and kiss them because it's terrible. Thank you. Good night.
It's coming back to Weasel. Another season of the Weasel history drama, Homo Erectus. Science meets forbidden love. Only on Weasel.
80s sitcom star and a passenger are paralyzed in what police say is part of a reality show. We're live on the scene.
You just can't help getting sucked in on the way down. The #1 rated reality show is coming back for another season. Waning with the Stars, the show where we follow formerly big celebrities on their way down. See ordinary contestants paired with death wish drug-addled celebrities to see who hits the skids first and how far they slide. Remember Charisse McCormick? She was on the most popular sitcom of the 80s. Now she's on a serious bender, reduced to shooting skin flicks for crack. And you'll see contestants try to keep up as they freebase, get into high-speed chases, and surf internet porn with 80s professional wrestler, The Grinder. 5 contestants, 1 fading dream, a ton of alcohol and drug abuse. Enjoy watching once smug celebrities who have hit rock bottom stay there. Waning with the Stars, a new season coming soon on Weasel.
The show for men by men. In the men's room with Baz and Jeremy.
Anyone in there? Like, go away, I'll punch you in the freaking liver.
Excuse me, the men's room is occupied.
Yeah.
And now for your host,
Daily on Weasel.
When Liberty City was founded at the beginning of the modern age, it quickly expanded its ego and learned to hate everyone else. Cities that were 3,000 years old couldn't hold a candle to the undisputed, self-appointed capital of the world.
Oh, the maps were really, really shitty back then. I mean, I don't know if it was the drink or the scurvy or the raging syphilis passed about by the town bike, but look at this map! It's like a Spaniard with polio painted it. It's one of the reasons people took so long to get anywhere. I mean, the shitty maps.
The other reason was the savages.
Advertisements were sent back to Europe, promising settlers a new life in a new city that had 24-hour convenience stores, roller coasters, and the entertainment of a nightly hanging at the gallows. All the things civilization had brought to bear on this land. All of Europe wanted to come see what freedom was really like. When they arrived, they were aghast at America's new pastime, watching animals fuck and betting on it.
Yes, well, this truly was the city of the future.
Word spread, so did the settlement. They chose the slender island in the bay, which they called Algonquin, after the old Indian word Algon-ku-win, thought by some to mean place for condo skyscraper, and by others as island to catch an STD. In 1625, right after the colony was founded, the first ship of slaves arrived to give the hard-working, morally upstanding, non-hypocritical Americans newly free from the tyranny of Europe time to focus on important things in life, like yelling at their women for buying too much shit in the strip mall.
The new economy was a boom. It was very different from failed Jamestown, where a bunch of incest-loving cannibals consumed each other in an orgiastic fury of self-important nonsense, although the exact nature of the differences escapes me just at the moment. But regardless, Liberty City gave the white settlers plenty of time to focus on the important things, like getting laid.
The slave craze was huge. It was like waiting for a new iFruit phone to come out. People would line up at the docks and wait in line for days to own their very own person, and then put them online for a higher price. Some dissenters wondered about the moral consequences of a nation founded on genocide, slavery, and theft, but they were quickly imprisoned as being unpatriotic by proto-chicken hawks. Of course, we have very different values now.
That year, all the local indigenous tribes were brought together and paid for what would be the greatest real estate deal in the history of the world. 14,000 acres of prime downtown real estate for some spare change, a porno magazine, and front row tickets for a game of cricket.
Cricket is the most boring game ever. What do the British know about sports? They're all gay.
The Dutch had a land of plenty. They traded beaver skins, a 17th century version of wife-swapping, and partied late into the night. But founding a country on getting shit-faced and working slaves was trouble from the start. It hadn't worked for the Greeks, and it wouldn't work for the Dutch. 4,000 miles from home and no internet connection to read up on soccer scores, the populace became disenchanted. The colony's deep-seated racism and love of 24-hour shopping would begin to prove to be its undoing.
What happens when you take a whole chicken, pack it full of mashed potatoes, top it full of gravy, insert some corn, then deep fry it? You've got yourself a meal! The all-new stuffed pollo Toto Frito, now at Cluck and Bell. The meal in one just got massive. Cluck and Bell.
Liberty City! You don't need money to drive away at Sully's! How about the Farachi? Here's a fine racing machine for you! There's been a lot of special moments in this beauty. So special, there was an Amber Alert issued. They never found her, but it's yours for $7,999. Enjoy the power of the open road today. Oh boy, Sully's got a nice one for you here. The Emperor,
fast as hell, and the airbags have been successfully tested by the previous 3 owners. None of them are in the state to drive anymore, so the car is yours now for the low price of $12,999. Sully's has trucks too! The EXT! Nothing makes you feel manly like driving a truck covered in another man's blood. It's got dark upholstery that doesn't show stains. It's a forensics dream. We call it the Science of Crime Special. Only $10,499. Head down to Sully's Automart right now. These and other bargains are going fast. Remember, Sully says it's pre-owned. It's not used.
Liberty City, a town on the edge. A town at the daybreak of dawn, a city at the gate of the universe, a city at the limit of metaphor, deep into the point where hyperbole becomes gibberish. The gateway to the new world was also a terrifying den of iniquity, and the campaign to clean up Liberty City and shut down the comatoriums began almost as soon as the city was founded. What most people don't know, but what I discovered through extensive reenactments, purely for research of course, was that in the comatoriums they used pig fat as lubrication, which in many ways is far superior to modern-day petroleum jelly. Another thing worth bearing in mind is that in the spring of 1647, the East India Trading Company hired a cross-dressing director general for New Rotterdam named Gloria Hole. He had lost his right leg in an unfortunate industrial accident while preaching the good word to some savages by, blowing them up with a cannon, which backfired. Puritanical and self-righteous, he had orders to return civility and productivity to the colony. Within weeks, he had banned drinking, smoking, fornicating with Indians, Texas Hold'em, missing church, anal beads, laughter, and imposed strict fines for male camel toe and whistling in public. It wasn't well received. The city was burned to the ground.
Within a few years, New Rotterdam had become so diverse that the Dutch had become a minority in their own colony. Then, just like today, nobody paid attention to the Dutch and only passed through to get stoned or screw a hooker while pretending that they were going there to look at the depressing paintings and smelly stagnant waterways and wooden shoes. Diversity was troubling, and with diversity comes chaos, as we know to our peril today. Nietzsche said that, and he was so clever he ended up in a lunatic asylum.
Then, leaders began to fear the worst.
They were totally petrified of the Jews showing up.
Taxes were reduced so everyone could afford their own firearm, and a pattern for the country was now set in stone. Ignorant, scared xenophobes armed to the teeth trying to protect their borders.
It's always been a great nation. What? I'm not racist.
On August 27th, 1664, heavily armed British warships entered the harbor. The colonists signed a petition requesting to be ruled by the British, so they wouldn't have to brush their teeth any longer and could be certain they were better than everyone else. The English quickly renamed New Rotterdam Liberty City, after a generous donation by the Bank of Liberty for sponsorship rights.
Every single place the British population went, the invisible hand of God prepared a space for them by, conveniently destroying and eradicating the native population.
Soon the colony expanded, and areas were named after heavily inbred members of their Germanic royal family. Broker was named after Sir William Broker III, the king's bastard son, who was conceived by a milkmaid. The region to its north was called Dukes after the word dookie, as the people in the area smelled like shit. The peninsula to the north of that was named Bohan, after Bohan, a Dutch word meaning Dutch word. And the area across the river was dubbed Alderney, after Philip de Alderney, who was the only person who could tolerate living in an oily, mosquito-filled swamp full of industrial wastelands and soccer moms. But things wouldn't be quiet for long. Pretty soon, the residents of Liberty City began to fight with the British over taxes.
Americans felt, and rightly so, that they shouldn't have to pay any taxes. Let the markets sort it out. Poor people will die, rich people will win. Welcome to progress.
And so began the American Revolution, a bloody battle by men and women who wanted to leave the tyranny of England's tax structure that paid for burdensome health care and unnecessary public education. This was a war agitated by a number of musket companies who knew they would win whatever the outcome.
And of course you can still see that rich tradition today. Americans don't want health care or education. No, we want guns and fireworks shows and wars so politicians can invest in armament companies and clean up. And of course we want drugs.
Oh, yes, lots of those. Strong ones you take with young co-eds when discussing their thesis and then begin to rub their thighs while they say, "Didn't I hear you on that documentary?" And you whisper to them until they pass out. But I digress. The American Revolution was bloody. Soon the French joined in the war to help the struggling American insurgency.
No, they did not.
Yes, they did. They joined in by sending a big statue, which won us the war when the British all died laughing at a giant Martian transvestite eating an ice cream cone. Whatever! We saved their asses in WW2. Get me some freedom fries! The Revolutionary War quickly ended. Residents pulled down the statue of King George and melted it into gold chains, gold teeth, and golden toilet seats. The Union Jack was taken down in Liberty City, replaced with the Stars and Stripes, and the newly liberated Americans celebrated. Soon this entrepreneurial spirit took hold, and Liberty City was unstoppable. Yes, although they were free, the people lived in squalor. You could buy a young boy on the streets for, a few pence. It was a great time to be in the top 5% of the population.
It was a great time to be white. Yes, but soon meddlers like Alexander Hamilton and Thomas Jefferson came in to change the successful agrarian-based slave economy to one of excessive service fees for concert tickets and huge turnpike tolls.
With slavery soon outlawed in Liberty City and the other northern colonies, righteous women were forced to spend time under the train tracks, servicing men for 3 pence. You could get your knob slobbed for less than the price of a donut. It was a nation on the up. The politicians were having a field day. You couldn't get them to vote because they were all out having their knobs slobbed. To keep the country moving forward, the capital of the nation was moved from Liberty City to a malaria swamp on the banks of the Potomac, miles to the south. Thankfully, the politicians moved out of Liberty City, and the stage was set for organized crime and mobs to really make a difference.
The city soon became, a microcosm of all the contrasting elements of modern life. Palaces, self-extravagance, squalor, tenements, trannies, men, women, and children crowded together like a nest of cockroaches. Just like the Liberty City of today, only with less rich hedge fund dorks trying to be homeboys.
With tensions rising and civil war on the horizon, Federico Fitzpatrick planned to head off and teach the South a lesson. But before doing so, continued his great project to bring calm and civilization to all. A central repository for the most hopeless specimens of degraded humanity to get high in. A park in the middle of Liberty City that would become the great democratic meeting ground where, no matter how rich or how poor, you could get dragged into the bushes and raped. Yet beyond its tranquil borders, tension was breaking out. A lot of people were tired of living in black and white. They wanted color, and there were riots. There were kids sleeping in the streets, begging, willing to do anything for a nickel. And there were no taboos or TV shows to catch you doing what is natural between a man and a boy. The nation was sliding inexorably into civil war, which we'll leave until next time. Unless you have the foresight to pre-order the box set of DVDs, join us next time for A History of Liberty Part 2, The Civil War and Beyond.
CNT Wednesday nights this fall. Don't miss the return of Funeral Factor, American Asshole, and a whole new shitty singer competition.
Yourselves up a man-sized sweat!
Oh man, y'all know I ain't good at no volleyball.
Hush. Don't ruin it. It's too tender.
Oh, I got something on the insurgents can again.
Hey, readings indicate minerals and gold. Well, boys, lock and load. Let's have ourselves a look-see. What do you say? Remember, if we meet any strangers, kill them! I bet these punks have no capacity whatsoever for peaceful coexistence, drive-through liquor stores, gun shops, or the democratic freedom to have their votes discarded in swamps! Shit, they better learn how to pray in school! Oh, give it a rest! They're fucking savages, Dick! Hey, here's one now.
The gods were right! You've come! Welcome to our peaceful land of plenty!
What is he saying?
This son of a bitch doesn't even speak American!
Yes, I do. I said welcome. Ow! You prick! You shot me in the tentacle! No problem. It will grow back. Listen, I forgive you, brother. Carrying around the burden of hate is worse for me than those I despise.
What on God's green earth is he saying?
I don't know, sound like some Tai Chi Chuan Fandango transvestite bullshit. I don't know, I was thinking the exact same thing. See, I recognize some of the words, but the sentiments seem simplistic and, well, foreign, if you will.
I don't understand what anybody's saying. I just want to shoot.
Enemies out there, boys! The enemy's out there! No! The enemy's inside.
Listen, guys, welcome! We've arranged a welcome party with a tequila slide. Good times! We'll get started with massages from attractive she-aliens. Then, after hand release,
You better stop trying to buy my men off with your women! Ditto!
Yeah, I hate women.
Oh, sorry. We mean no offense. Listen, we really need your help. We are a loving, peaceful race. Last menstrual moon cycle, an evil race of aliens invaded and began imposing their will on us. They enslave many of my people, steal our natural resources with no-bid contracts while destroying our culture. Can you help? Oh no, here comes one of them now.
What are you saying, sharing scum?
I was explaining to these manly space rangers how you've enslaved my people.
Of course we have. You've got resources we need, and besides which, we are evil and greedy.
I like this little guy. He's speaking a lot of sense, know what I mean? Hey, you wanna go bass fishing?
Man, what's he saying?
My God, you are a fucking moron. Listen, you two, please. These evil aliens are destroying our people and culture.
You're weak. You deserve to suffer.
He's got leadership skills on him, too. This little feller's incredible. Hey, Commander, awaiting your orders. Hell, our mission is clear as mud, boys, and I do not believe in any manner of deviation. Except, of course, for that one night in college when we had one too many wine spritzers. Are you calling me a deviant boy?
No! No!
Therefore, we must travel through space, meet strangers, and kill them good! For democracy and liberty!
Hurrah! But I can give you wisdom!
And I can make you rich!
Alright, I've heard enough of this shit! You know the drill, fellas!
No!
Cook up! That'll teach that son bitch what shocking all means. You did a great job, boys. I'm proud of you. Oh, damn it, Dick! I told you no bopping the baloney in outer space! Sorry, Commander, but this soldier is unable to stop thinking about your warm, hairy embrace! Republican Space Rangers!
Republican Rangers of Space. Oh, shit. Wait.
God damn it!
When primitives light years away threaten their way of life, the Republican Space Rangers will be there to make sure democracy wins again. Republican Space Rangers.
Meet John Hunter. As a state senator, he voted to close down all schools in Liberty City and give the money saved directly to drug addicts. John Hunter wants to be your governor, but he hates our troops so much, he wants them to cut and run and come home cowards. John Hunter has lost an erection more than once and disappointed his wife much in the same way he'll disappoint you. And he definitely has hair plugs and lifts. Call John Hunter. Tell him that comb-over's not fooling anyone, you short-assed bald bastard. It's just like your policies. Thin on top and short of ideas. Paid for by Michael Graves for governor.
He says, she says, he says, shut up. The women of Dazzletown show their true nature in Vinewood Cunts. Only on Weasel.
You're late to see your therapist. You're in a hurry. You've had a couple of martinis at lunch. Then someone or something gets in the way. What do? Leave the scene? Head for the border? Not with VIG Insurance. Now you don't have to worry. Call one of our claim representatives immediately, and we'll deal with the law. Silence any victims before uncomfortable litigation can happen. We insure against drunk driving, accidental gun discharge, and narcotics violations. VIG Insurance, because freedom equals peace of mind.
Weasel Wednesdays heat up next season with Vacation Home Sluts. Don't miss it on Weasel. All next week, it's patriotism at its finest as Weasel revisits history with the non-stop terror marathon. Back-to-back docudramas blaming liberals for everything. Only on Weasel.
Last week, we brought